Most of us spend our lives trying to become useful. Useful to our employers. Useful to society. Useful to our families. Useful to the endless systems that measure our worth through productivity, achievement, and visible success. From a young age, we are taught that value comes from being needed. But over 2,000 years ago, Taoist sages told a very different story. A story about a tree. One day, a master carpenter named Shai was traveling through the countryside with his apprentice. As they passed through a village, they came upon an enormous oak tree growing beside a shrine. The tree was unlike anything they had ever seen. Its trunk was so vast that thousands of people could not encircle it. Its branches stretched across the village square, casting shade over everyone beneath it. The apprentice stared at the tree in amazement. "Master," he said, "I've never seen timber so magnificent. Why won't you even look at it?" But the carpenter barely glanced up. "Worthless wood," he replied. "If you build a boat from it, the boat will sink. If you make a coffin, it will rot. If you make tools, they will break. If you build a house, worms will eat it. The only reason this tree has lived so long is because it is completely useless." And with that, the carpenter continued on his journey. But that night, something strange happened. The great tree appeared to him in a dream. The tree spoke. "What are you comparing me to?" it asked. "Fruit trees? Look at them carefully. The moment they become useful, they begin to suffer. As soon as a fruit tree bears fruit, people pick it clean. Its branches are broken, its bark is damaged, its life becomes shorter because everyone wants something from it. Its usefulness becomes the very thing that destroys it." Then the tree said something even more surprising. "I have spent my entire life trying to become useless. I nearly died several times in the process, but eventually I succeeded. And now my uselessness has become my greatest usefulness. If I had been useful like other trees, do you think I could have grown this large?" When the carpenter woke up, he told the dream to his apprentice. The young man was confused. "If the tree wants to be useless," he asked, "why does it stand beside a shrine and provide shelter to everyone?" The carpenter smiled. "You are judging it by ordinary standards. The tree survives precisely because it follows a different path." And this is where the story becomes far more than a story about a tree. Because most of us are taught to measure our lives the way the carpenter measures wood. What can it produce? What can it achieve? How much money can it generate? How efficient is it? How useful is it? These questions dominate modern life. But Taoism asks a different question. What is the cost of being useful? The most productive people are often exhausted. The most ambitious are frequently anxious. The people who spend their lives trying to satisfy everyone often lose touch with themselves. In trying to become valuable, they become consumed. Just like the fruit tree. The Taoist tree represents another possibility. It does not rush to justify its existence. It does not compete. It does not force itself into a shape that others find desirable. Instead, it simply grows according to its own nature. And because it does, it survives. This does not mean we should become lazy or stop contributing to the world. That is not the lesson. The lesson is that there are forms of value that cannot be measured by productivity alone. A quiet person may appear insignificant in a culture that rewards constant self-promotion. A thoughtful person may seem slow in a world obsessed with speed. Someone who refuses to follow conventional expectations may look unsuccessful by ordinary standards. Yet these very qualities may allow them to preserve something precious that others lose. Their peace, their authenticity, their freedom. Perhaps some of the things you criticize about yourself are not flaws at all. Perhaps your unusual interests, your refusal to fit in, your desire for a different path, or your resistance to certain social expectations are not weaknesses. Perhaps they are part of your nature. And perhaps the goal of life is not to become useful according to someone else's definition. Perhaps the goal is to become fully what you already are. The ancient Taoists understood something that modern society often forgets. A tree does not become great by trying to be another tree. It becomes great by growing according to its own nature. And sometimes, what the world calls useless is precisely what allows something to flourish.